Now question 5. Find the residues and singularity of the function f of z equal to 1 by z square minus 1 whole square. So this function is not analytic when z square minus 1 square equal to 0. When we put this term as 0, the total function is infinity and the function is not analytic. Now you can write z square minus 1 square equal to 0 as z square minus 1 0 and z equal to plus minus 1. So it has singularities at z equal to 1 and minus 1. Now we find the residue at z equal to 1, pole of order 2. Because of this square, we have pole of order 2. This is the order of the pole. Here it is 2, so order of pole is 2. Now residue at z equal to 1, the pole of order 2, we say n is equal to 2. The order of the pole is denoted by n and n is equal to 2. Now we are using the formula of residue of f at 1 equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 factorial. Here it is in the formula, it is n minus 1 factorial. The value of n is 2. So we put here, there is 2 minus 1 factorial. Here in the formula d n minus 1, the n is 2, so we write it d 2 minus 1 over dz 2 minus 1, and this is z minus a to the n. The value of a is 1. This is a is 1, so we say z minus 1 square, and this 2 is the order of the pole. This 2 we write here over 2, and this is f of z. F of z is equal to 1 by z square minus 1 square at z equal to 1. Now this will, after simplification, 2 minus 1 equal to 1 factorial, and this become dz over d1, that is d over dz. This term will become the form z minus 1 square, and after simplification, this whole term become 1 over z plus 1 square, and we write it as z plus 1 to the power minus 2. After differentiating and after putting z equal to 1, we get a z minus 2 by 8, that is minus 1 by 4. Now the second value is z is equal to 1. Now we find the residue of the function at minus 1. So again, by using this technique, we have 1 by 1 factorial d over dz, z plus 1 square over z square minus 1 whole square at z equal to minus 1. So after completing these steps, we have this residue of f minus 1 equal to 1 by 4. Now we are starting the exercise. Now question 1, evaluate the integral sin pi z over z4 dz. Our contour is c equal to z minus iota mod equal to 2. Here this is value of f of z. F of z equal to sin pi z over z4. It is not analytic at z equal to 0, because when we put here z equal to 0, total z become infinity, and so the function is not analytic at z equal to 0. Now you see, we have, so it has singularity at z equal to 0. It has pole at z equal to 0 of order 4. Because of this 4, we say it has of order 4. Put z equal to 0 in this contour. Now we see whether this point z0 lies inside this circle or not. Now to check this, whether this point z equal to 0 lies inside this circle or not, we put here z equal to 0. So this becomes, after putting z equal to 0, z minus iota mod becomes 0 minus iota mod, and mod of this equal to 1, and this is less than 2. So we say the point 0 lies inside the circle. If this term is greater than this value, then point does not lie, because 1 is less than 2. So we say that z0 lies inside the circle. So again, using this formula, this is the formula to find the residue. We evaluate this integral by using residue theorem. Residue of f, the function at the point z equal to 0, is 1 by n minus 1 factorial dn minus 1 over dz n minus 1 z minus z naught to the n into f of z at z equal to z naught. We see here n is equal to 4, so we put here n is equal to 4. This becomes 4 minus 1 factorial. and this is d4 minus 1 over dz 4 minus 1. The value of z0 is 0, so we put here 0. This becomes z minus 0 to the 4 because n is 4, and this is the value of f of z sin pi z over z4. Now this become d cube over dz cube, and this become 1 by 3 factorial, and this become z4 and sin pi z over z4. This z4 and this z4 will cancel. Now you see this become 1 by 3 factorial d cube over dz cube sin pi z at z equal to 0, and after simplification this become 1 by 6, and we take 3 times the derivative of sin pi z. So this become 1 by 6 minus pi cube cos pi z under the limit z equal to 0. We apply here z equal to 0. The cos 0 equal to 1, so this become minus pi cube over 6. So this is our residue. So residue of the function at 0 equal to minus pi cube over 6. Now we apply the residue theorem. This is the residue theorem. Integral over the contour c sin pi z over z4 dz equal to 2 pi iota residue of the function at f0, and this is minus pi cube by 6. Here we put minus pi cube over 6, and after simplification this become minus pi 4 over 3 into iota. This is the value of the integral. So obviously easy method to evaluate the complex integration by using the residue theorem. Only we find the residue and we put the value of residue here, and total z after multiplication by 2 pi iota, this become the value of the integral. Now question 2, evaluate the integral where c is the ellipse. This is ellipse 9x square plus y square equal to 9. Counterclockwise, this is important question. This question has 2 parts. First we find the integral of this part, and then we find integral of this part. We find the residue of this function, again residue of this function. Now you see that this is the equation of ellipse. After dividing by 9, this become x square by 1, y square by 9 equal to 1. This is ellipse. This is the ellipse. So here y equal to plus minus 3 and x equal to plus minus 1. When we put here x equal to 0, we get the value of y, and we put y equal to 0, we get the value of x. So here y equal to 3 and y equal to minus 3, and here x equal to 1 and x equal to minus 1. So this is the ellipse. This is our contour. Now the first part of integral is z e pi z over z4 minus 16 is not analytic. When this term equal to 0, the total function becomes the infinity. So we say that the function is not analytic at z4 minus 16 equal to 0. So we can write this term as in this form. The value of z equal to, from here z equal to plus minus 2, and from this term z equal to plus minus 2 iota. So we see in this figure our axis is as only the endpoints have 1 and this is minus 1. So 2 lies outside our contour. Here will become 2, here will be minus 2. So 2 and minus 2 lies outside this ellipse. So we take outside these 2 points, only we take z equal to plus minus 2 iota. So here you see in the figure, here it is 2 iota and this is minus 2 iota. Here is, that is 3 iota and here is minus 3 iota. So 2 iota lies at this point and minus 2 iota lies this point. So these 2 points lies inside our contour. So we discuss only, we find only the residue at these 2 points. So these plus minus 2 lies outside the contour, so we do not discuss these 2 points, only discuss the point z plus 2 iota and minus 2 iota. So we find, so this has simple pole at z equal to plus minus 2 iota. We find the residue at 2 iota and again minus 2 iota. Now the function of f 2 iota, we find the residue of the function f and 2 iota by using the formula. This is phi of a and this is psi of a, because at this, when we put z equal to 2 iota, this becomes 0. The total z become infinity, so we differentiate the lower term. So this become, derivative of this is 4z cube, under the limit z equal to 2 iota. We putting z equal to 2 iota. Here we put z equal to 2 iota. Here we put z equal to 2 iota, and then simplify this term. Now on previous page, e to the power 2 iota become cos 2 pi plus iota sin 2 pi by using Euler's formula, and cos 2 pi equal to 1 and sin 2 pi equal to 0. So this become 2 pi, this will become 2 iota over 32 into minus iota. So after simplification, this comes is equal to minus 1 by 16. So this is the residue of the function at 2 iota. Again we find the residue of the function at minus 2 iota. The function at minus 2 iota. Again by using the previous step, this become z e pi z over 4 z cube under the limit z equal to minus 2 iota. First we put z equal to minus 2 iota. Here we put z equal to minus 2 iota, and after simplification, this become minus 2 iota over minus 32 iota cube, and this become minus 1 by 16. So this is the residue of the function at minus 2 iota. Now the second part of the integral was the z e pi by 2 has essential singularity, because this term has infinite terms. After expansion of this, expansion of e to the power pi by z has infinite, this term has infinite terms, so we have the essential singularity as z equal to 0. Because when you put z equal to 0, total z become infinity, so we have essential singularity at z equal to 0. So now the expansion of this e pi by z equal to this. We multiply this term by z, and this becomes z plus pi square by 2z up to so on. So z e pi by z equal to z plus pi square by 2z minus 1 up to so on. By Lorentz series, the coefficient of z minus 1 is the residue. So we see that the coefficient of z minus 1 is pi square by 2. So this is residue of z e pi by z. So by residue theorem, we see this term become 2 pi iota into sum of the residue. This was the residue 2 pi iota minus 1 by 16 minus 1 by 16 plus pi square by 2. So after simplification, this become 30.22 into iota. Now you see the question 3, integral at c e 1 by z dz, where our contour is z mod equal to 1. This is g of z equal to e to the power 1 by z. The function has z equal to 0 as its singularity, because when you put here z equal to 0, total become infinity. So we have z residue at z equal to 0, and this is our singularity. You see that e1 by z equal to summation 0 to infinity 1 by n factorial into 1 by z ki power n. So this is the expansion of e to the 1 by z. At n equal to 1, we have 1 by 1 factorial 1 by z1 equal to 1 into z to the power minus 1. So this, the coefficient of z minus 1 is 1. So this is by the Lorentz series, the coefficient of z minus 1 is 1. So this one is the residue of the function at 0. So by residue theorem, integral c e1 by z dz 2 pi iota into residue of the function at 0. So the residue was 1. So we here put the value of the residue, that is 1. This become 2 pi iota into 1, and this is total becomes z become 2 pi iota. So this is the value of the integral. Now you see question 4, evaluate the integral cos hyperbolic z over z square minus 3 iota z dz c at z mod equal to 1. This is value of f of z. The function is not analytic at 0 and 3 iota, because when we put z equal to 0, total z become infinity. So we say the function is not analytic, and when we put here z equal to 3 iota and total z become infinity, so we say that function is not analytic at z equal to 0 and 3 iota. So we see that whether these 2 points 0 and 3 iota lies inside this contour or not. The function is The function has singularity at z equal to 0 and 3 iota. Since 0 lies inside the unit circle, this is the unit circle. So 0 lies inside this unit circle, but 3 iota lies outside this unit. So when we put here 3 iota was 3 and 3 is not less than 1. So we eliminate 3 iota. We do not take its residue because this 3 iota lies outside the unit circle. Only 0 lies inside this unit circle. So we find the residue only at z equal to 0. Again, using the formula, the residue of the function at 0, cos hyperbolic z over d by dz of z square minus 3 iota. So after differentiating this term and taking derivative with respect to z, this becomes 2z and this is minus 3 iota under limit z equal to 0. So when we put here 0, this becomes minus 3 iota and cos 0 is 1, so this becomes minus 1 by 3 iota. Minus 1 is iota square by iota is iota, this is iota by 3. And this is the residue of the function. Now we apply the residue theorem. By residue theorem, cos hyperbolic z over z square minus 3 iota z dz equal to 2 pi iota into residue. The residue was iota by 3, so we have the z minus 2 pi over 3. This is the value of the integral. Now question 5, evaluate the integral c 1 minus 4z plus 6z square over z square plus 1 by 4 2 minus z dz. The contour is z mod equal to 1. This is again unit circle. So we can write this term z square plus 1 by 4 as z plus iota by 2 and z minus iota by 2 and 2 minus z. This function is not analytic. At z equal to 2, when this put z equal to 2, this becomes 0, and here put become iota by 2, this becomes 0, and here we put become minus iota by 2, this will become 0. So we have the points z2 iota by 2 minus iota by 2. It has singularity at these 3 points. So since 2 lies outside the unit circle, because unit circle has radius as 1 and this is 2, so this point 2 lies outside the unit circle. Iota by 2 minus iota by 2 lies inside the unit circle. So we discuss only these 2 points, iota by 2 and minus iota by 2. Now we find the residue of the function at iota by 2 and minus iota by 2. We find the residue of the function at iota by 2 minus iota by 2 again using the residue formula. Residue of the function f iota by 2 equal to phi of a over psi of a. Now again, by putting the value iota by 2 and after simplification it becomes minus 1. So this is the residue. Again, when minus iota by 2, we put here in this formula minus iota by 2 and after simplification this becomes minus 1. This is our residue, minus 1 and minus 1. So the residue of this function 2 pi iota sum of residue. This is residue theorem. So iota by 2 has residue minus 1, minus iota by 2 has residue again minus 1. This is the sum of residue and this becomes minus 2 and total result become minus 4 pi iota and this is the value of the integral. Question 6, evaluate the complex integral dz over cos hyperbolic z and cz mod equal to 2. G of z equal to 1 by cos hyperbolic z and this become the value of cos hyperbolic z equal to 2 over ez plus c minus z. So this become, after simplification, this is 1 by ez and by taking LCM 1 by ez, this become e2z plus 1 over ez 2z plus 1. The function is not analytic. So this become equal to, when this become equal to 0, the function is not analytic. So we can write e2z plus 1 as ez plus iota ez minus iota equal to 0. So here we see when this is 0, we have ez equal to iota, ez equal to minus iota. When ez equal to iota, we can write is cos pi by 2 plus iota sin pi by 2, this become e pi by 2 iota and ez equal to pi by 2 iota. This implies z equal to pi by 2 iota. Again for z minus iota, this become minus pi by 2 iota. So the poles pi by 2 iota minus pi by 2 lies inside the contour. Now we find residue of add pi by 2 iota and minus pi by 2 iota. This is the function residue of g of z pi by 2 iota. This is z e 2ez over derivative of e2z plus 1. This derivative is 2e2z, and so this become at the limit pi by 2, we simplify this term, and we put here when limit z equal to pi by 2, so this become e minus pi by 2 iota. This is cos minus pi by 2 plus iota sin minus pi by 2, and this becomes 0 and this become minus 1 into iota, that is minus iota. Residue of the function g of z pi by 2 iota is minus iota. Similarly, residue of gz minus pi by 2 iota, again phi of a over psi of a, derivative of this term become 2e2z at simplification. E is minus z equal to minus pi by 2, this becomes z equal to at minus pi by 2 iota, and we put here z equal to minus pi by 2. So this become e pi by 2 iota, and this become cos pi by 2 iota sin pi by 2, this is equal to iota by using this formula. Again by using residue theorem, 2 pi iota and sum of residue, the residue was iota and minus iota, so they will become cancelled and z is 0. Now question 7. A variable integral dz over z sin z, see the unit circle about the origin. You see that 1 by z sin z, the expansion of sin z is this. Now we can write when this we take z as common, this become in this form, and by expansion, by using the binomial series 1 minus x to the power n, and after simplification this become 1 by z square 1 plus z square by 6 minus z4 by 120 plus z square by 6 minus z4 by 120 square up to so on. Now this is equal to 1 by z square 1 plus z square by 6 minus z4 by 120 plus z4 by 36 up to so on, and we multiply by 1 by z square, this becomes this term, and we can write this term as 0 into z to the power minus 1, and this is 1 by z square plus 1 by 16 up to so on. This shows that z0 is the pole, and residue of the function at z0, 0 is, which is the coefficient of z minus 1. This is 0 is the coefficient of z minus 1, so this is our residue. So here we again we applying the integral this 2 pi iota sum of residue. Thus residue is 0, so this becomes 0. This is our answer.